So that way, and let me tell you how quick he got it together. So he go, we should do a podcast together. And I'm like, I'm down. And he go, okay, let's do it Thursday. And I'm going, wait a minute. How you go from an 11-year jump to 3 days? And the way he said it, okay, we got 1 minute.
Yeah,
See,
I got you.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna talk.
Don't worry about it. I got it set up. Right.
I'm gonna talk about you.
That's fine.
I'm gonna talk about you too.
That's what I need.
I'm gonna talk about you. Right.
Because that's what the whole thing. Like I said, to me, it's about just go. You'll see. It's gonna show itself.
Right.
It's gonna show itself tonight. You hear me? No, that's not it. Let's go to the channel. I'm trying to send you the link to the channel. I mean to the video.
Right.
If I can get to YouTube
Look.
real quick.
Oh man, so you should have had that. We gotta be on that in a minute. Okay, I don't need to see the YouTube. I'll find it.
No worries.
No. We gotta be on in a minute. It's 8. We gotta be rocking and rolling now, baby.
You ready? We going? We finna go?
Yeah. Right.
We're live.
So we are live. We are really, really live. Come on, man.
Let's make sure. Let me
Well, welcome
sure.
to not. You don't even know if we live.
I mean,
told the people.
it said the button
I
says
told-
live, so I guess we're live. It says live.
All right. All right. Well, welcome to Nightlife. I'm your boy AJ, and I'm with my main man Ransom, and we talking about hip hop to comedy and everything in between. And obviously, you know, I'm the comedian, and he must be the hip hop. Well, Ransom, tell him about yourself. Tell him who you are. Tell him your rep. This guy, he's so deep. Everybody know this dude. He got. What do you got? You got crypto coins in your pocket. You got bitcoins in your pocket. That's how deep he is. Tell him about yourself.
Well, I don't know about crypto. I got some kind of coins, but it ain't crypto. But we working on that. Well, I mean, a lot of people, if anybody in here, a lot of people know me. Some people don't, and if you don't know me, trust me, you really do want to know me. Basically, I'm a little country boy from South Carolina. Where I was born in Buffalo, New York, but raised in South Carolina. Just had a journey just going through wanting to be a filmmaker ever since I was in high school. So like I said, the people that know me know like back in my hometown, Lake City, South Carolina, they know I always wanted to be a filmmaker. So that was my journey that kind of led me to where we are right now. But it was a whole lot of steps in between, you know, going up to, you know, going into the Air Force after I graduated from high school and being out in like maybe doing about 6-8 months and coming right back out. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute. You did six months in the Air Force. 6 months? 8 months? I'm confused.
Well, somewhere around in between there, 6 to 8 months. I was there. I got proof. I was there, but it was only about 6 to 8 months. I had to get out, man. It wasn't me. It wasn't for me, bro. Real quick, I found that out real quick. It wasn't for me.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that you could just go, I'm putting in a 30-day notice from a military group and just leave like you working at Xerox or someplace. Hey, y'all, this ain't for me. I'm out of here. Y'all talking about drug testing.
I'm telling you.
I'm out of here.
I'm telling you, I'm one of them people.
And that's about how you did it.
Doggone near. Doggone near, but reverse. They gave me my 30-day, bro. You know, everybody know I was a little mischievous. I was mischievous, you know. So I just did too much. I did too much, and they was like, "You gone." So it wasn't. I could have went back in, so it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but I didn't.
Right.
You know, I don't go back. Once you went, nah, ain't no way. But it was fun. Nah, it was fun. But then I went from.
And how did you get into the hip hop world?
Man, see, hip hop has always been been me, because like hip hop is like I said, is more of a culture. It's not just the the music or the way of dressing. It's a whole lifestyle, way of being. But when I got into the scene,
Right.
how I got into the scene of hip hop, oh man, it started with me wanting to write. I started writing video treatments, music video treatments when I was in
Okay.
high school, and I sent
Right.
some off to like MCA Records uptown with they had like Mary J. Blige and all of them on it. So I wrote a couple of
Okay.
treatments, and them responding back to me, the country boy from the South, you know what I mean? Matt X,
Right.
he's still on the scene. Matt X, them responding back to me still gave me the encouragement, just to keep going in it. And the more I dug into it, the more I started to like just fall in love with the scene of the
Right.
making of the music behind. I wasn't somebody that'd make the music. I was always the person that'd hold the camera or take some pictures. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I wasn't
Right.
doing. I just adored music, the hip hop music. One of my best friends.
Right.
One of my best friends is a MC, and he made beats like that. So
Okay.
we was always a team. He would make the beats, and I would make the videos, and tag up like that. So
Oh, okay.
it's always just been in me. It's something, like I said, it's nothing that I said, oh, I want to just. It's just been in me. Just something that been in me. But one day,
Okay.
the biggest step that happened in my life, though, this is how I met you, is when I was traveling with DMC. Now, I got DMC. Right. I got DMC. I met DMC because of the first. If you go to the first video posted on this channel,
Right.
is my first music video, and with that
Okay.
music video, I was able to get a chance to just do a music video for DMC. And my
Right.
second.
Now, when you say, now it's funny you say DMC. So Ron wasn't, because I always thought Ron DMC they were the group, but
No.
that's when they broke up or something.
No, it was just, well, yeah, it was definitely after they broke up, because Jam Master Jay passed away. So once that happened, it
Right.
it really just we waiting for the reunion. I'm telling you, everybody in hip hop waiting for that reunion. Maybe we can get them on Versus.
They should, man.
Wouldn't that be dope if they was on Versus though?
Right. That actually would be.
It would be.
Well, wait a minute. Let me tell them how Nightlife and this podcast started. Let me tell you, this is like a week ago, I get a text on Messenger, whatever they call it, and it goes, AJ, what you doing? This is your boy Ransom. We should get together and do something. And I go, I've heard that name before. And then I look and go, Ransom, and so I went back into my things, and I said, oh, last time he texted me was 11 years ago. So it took 11 years for him to text me back and say, do something. That was 11 years ago. And now he just texted me back last week going, yeah, let's do a podcast. So I hit him back. I go, player, you texted me 11 years ago. He said, yeah, and I'm glad you got back with me. I said, whoa. And he said, let's do a podcast. And I go, okay, I've always wanted to do a podcast. Let's do a podcast. He go, okay, let's do it Thursday. I'm like, wait a minute. It took you 11 years to reach me, and we're going to do the podcast in 3 days. You're moving pretty quick for moving so slow. And so I'm thinking you saying, let's do this podcast because in 11 years, he's a dope game podcaster. He got everything moving. He's in motion. I'm going, this dude is a dope. He can just put the podcast together. So the day before we do the podcast, he goes, let me tell you something. I ain't never done a podcast. I go, wait a minute. I don't know how to do a podcast.
Well, let's do it.
He goes, well, let's do it. That's exactly what he said. And I said, with that kind of energy, we can do a podcast. Because neither one of us know how to do a podcast.
But we going to make something happen.
And that's how we came up with Nightlife. He actually said, let's do hip-hop. He said, I can do hip-hop in the music. And you do the comedy. And people, people want to hear it. I said, at first he was talking about the old school because he knows that. But I said, let's include everybody. The new hip-hoppers, the new rappers, the new comedians. Let's make it a thing where everyone's involved. People who want to come into the hip-hop game or the comedy game. And people who want to, and the legends that we know. Because I don't know, like in the community of comedy, we're losing a lot of great comedians. And we're losing a lot of great people in general. So that's what I said. So this is our first episode of Nightlife with AJ and Ranson. So here we are. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully the people. Now see, I'm gonna tell you how he ain't even helped me. He got right a minute before the show. He said, "Well, let me see if I can find a YouTube link so you can click in."
There it is. I just sent it. See there? I'm always a step ahead. I'm thinking right there.
No, you're a step behind because I don't even know how to do it now.
I'm stuck somewhere.
So now I don't know if we got people. Right. But you know what? If we had 2 people watching, I'm excited because we actually doing it. And the best way
we do have 2 people watching
is begin. Huh?
We do have 2 people watching. I just sent you the link. Check it out. We got 2 people watching.
I can't see the link. I don't know how to do that now. I could have done that before the show. I got to wait till after the show. But I'm glad we got 2 people watching because, like I said, the only way you can get to the end is starting in the beginning.
So let's start.
And this is our start.
So let's start with. Let's start at the beginning with you. Tell people, because tell people about you. Where it start for you? I mean, introduce the people to Brown's view to AJ Jamal.
Right. Okay. For those 2 people that don't know me, I was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, and I went to school at Kent State University. From Kent State, and there's a lot of people at Kent, Ohio. That's where those 4 students got killed real quick. But a lot of people at Kent State wanted to be entertained. I'm gonna tell you who was at Kent State. Drew Carey from The Price is Right. You had Arsenio Hall. Ronaldo Ray was running around there, but he's not from Kent, Ohio. And then you had Steve Harvey. He was a Q. I was there when Steve was there, and I was there. And so when Arsenio came up to us and said, "Man, I'm gonna leave Kent and I'm gonna go to Hollywood to become famous," and we were thinking, "Wait a minute, man, you do the little magic tricks, but I don't know about that." And Arsenio just up and raised Kent State. And the funny part about it, not only did he up and raise and became famous. So I said, well, if Arsenio can do it, I can do it. So first I left there and I became an engineer with IBM. I got my master's in electrical engineer. And from IBM, I said, you know what? I'm going to go down here and I'm going to do this comedy thing. And that's how I said, and IBM helped me.
Wait a minute. How you go from IBM to say because IBM ain't no regular schmegular job now. You got to have some credentials to get up in there. So what makes you say, okay, I think I'm gonna give up this and just be a comedian? Just come on,
Because IBM in a nutshell came to me and said, you're one of the worst engineers we ever hired. You are horrible. And they sweetened it up, but that's what they were saying. We know that you do comedy. Because I was in the Cleveland Plain Dealer with Jamaican. I had this character with Jamaican wigs and dreads and stuff, and I had a big joint. I mean, this joint was about 3 feet long, and the headliner said, "IBM comedian moonlights at night." And IBM called me into the office with the picture on the desk, and I knew what was gonna come next. I'm sitting there and they said, "IBM," and they said that's not their brand. And they said, "We heard you funny, we heard you doing all this stuff, and we want you to, we thought maybe you should make a career change." They said it'll probably be the best thing for you because. And that's when I knew.
They told you don't stick to your day job.
That's what they said. Don't stick to your day job. They said this would probably be a better move for you. And I'm like, how do you know it's gonna be a better move? It's because what they were saying was because you are horrible.
It ain't working here, so anything better than it.
I was horrible.
But you got the job, bro.
I go to. Oh, you know what it was? Ransom, you know what it was? They needed black people at that time. They had a thing where, I forgot what they called it back in the day. Way back in the day, certain companies had to have a certain a minimum amount. So there was like 300 engineers, and they only had 1 black engineer. So they had to recruit some black engineers. And I totally forgot. I'm looking at me over here, and I should be looking at the camera. So
no, that's good.
I went there, and the smart part about it, I knew if I'm going to get this job and they're looking for black people, I gotta look like I'm an IBM. And I had the wingtip shoes, I had the white shirt, I had a blue pinstripe suit, and I had the red tie. Bam! When I walked in there, they go, "This dude looked like IBM."
Right.
And they hired me. But I had to go to this course. That's where I got my master's. I've never seen a course so hard. All the college I was doing undergrad was one thing, but when I got to the IBM, where you had to go get your graduate certificate and everything.
Right.
I had never seen nothing so hard. But because I learned how to cheat from the kindergarten all the way through, I was a professional cheater. So I sat next to Wong Chong Long Lee in the IBM class because I knew off the bat.
You know he gonna have to write this.
Off the bat, right. I knew Wong Chong Long Lee was gonna be putting the right stuff on paper.
And he ain't gonna see you getting the answers off his paper.
Right. He always asked, "You're not copying from me, are you? Are you copying?" I go, "Wong Chong, I got this. You think I'm copying from you, Wong Chong? No, I thought you were copying.
Look at my eyes.
I thought you were copying on me." So that's how I got into the comedy game.
Okay.
And to end the story, I said I'm gonna go down to Hollywood, and I'm gonna track down Arsenio, because that's my boy. He's from Cleveland. And when I found that, I did some research. I said he's with this guy named Roy Gerber. That's his manager, and that's who's been making these moves. So I found Roy Gerber. He was on Sunset, and I walked into the office, and the first thing I said, "Hi, Mr. Roy Gerber. My name is AJ Jamal, and you manage a very good friend of mine. His name is Arsenio Hall." And Roy looked at me and go, "I hate Arsenio Hall."
Oh.
And then I said, "Well, he's not that good of a friend. I just met him one time." And so he said, "What do you do?" And I said, "I'm a comedian." And he said, "Are you funny?" I said, "Yeah, I'm funny." And let me tell you how Hollywood works. Roy Gerber's, okay, he's a Jew. He picks up his phone. This is right after this conversation. He picks up his phone and he calls this guy named Shirley Berger. Now, Shirley Berger is actually the manager of the Temptations. So he said, "Shirley, I got this comedian. I want you to put him on this week at the Amphitheater. We're talking about 2,500 seats." And Shirley Berger goes, "What's his name?" He goes, "AJ Jamal." And Shirley goes, "What kind of name is that?" And Roy said, "It's Jewish. Put him on the show." And he hung up the phone. And I was on the show that weekend. And Roy came to the show, and I came out and I dusted him. I mean, I had everybody laughing. And I opened up for the Temptations, 2,500 seats. And I was killing them.
This is your first gig?
Said, after the show, Roy Gerber actually said, "You know what? You're pretty funny." And he signed me.
Nice.
And he got me with William Morris. William Morris was one of the biggest agents.
Right. I've always heard of William Morris.
Huh? You know who?
I've heard of William Morris, growing up.
Yeah. Oh, they're huge.
Yeah.
They had some hip hop people. As a matter of fact, the 4 black comedians, they called us the Young Guns, and everybody Richard Pittman. It was myself, it was Tommy Davidson, it was Martin Lawrence, and it was Chris Rock. We were all the Young Guns at William Morris. And of course, all of them are rich and making millions and billions. And I'm doing a podcast with 2 people watching. But I love it. With Rancid, right? So we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Oh yeah, we gonna have them.
Gotta call before you walk.
We gonna have them on here. How about that? We gonna name it and claim it.
You know what? Name it and claim it. I like that. I got a question to you about the hip hop world, and you would know this.
What's that?
I hope you know this.
I give you my best.
Is Kanye West hip hop, rap, or crazy? Or is he a crazy hip hop rapper? Which one is Kanye? Is he hip hop or rap or crazy?
I think I'm gonna go with the last one, the crazy hip hop rapper. But let's just look at the word crazy. I mean, why would you say he crazy though? Because of some of the things he say, or because of the haircut?
No.
I mean, those things do kind of look crazy though. If you have your haircut like that.
Right.
But the man is
last thing he did. This is yesterday, maybe 2 days ago. They put in and this is headline news. A lot of his news in it. His video, and I don't, the Dome or something, his video got a picture of Kim Kardashian's new boyfriend, and in his video, they said he cut his head off and he buried him after he beheaded him. And they said, that's what's in his video. And he came out and said, "Oh, that's art. And you can't say what I do as an artist reflects what I really want to do in real life."
I mean, to me, that's genius. How can you call somebody crazy if that's genius? I mean, it's truly art form. It is what it is. Yeah, it's art because of who it is. If Kanye wasn't selling sneakers for $1,000 a pair, okay, it would be hideous. Wouldn't be no art.
Right.
but because it's Kanye.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we in this world with anything.
And I guess, right. And you know, it's funny, when I looked at that article, I did the same thing I did when I was when Dave Chappelle got all that heat about his special. In my mind, I was thinking, you know something, I didn't even know he had a special. But because of the heat he took, I watched the special. So just like you're saying, I guess it could be a brilliant move on Kanye, because of him, them making that big announcement brings more viewers to his video,
right?
His music.
And
okay,
why would he shoot it down? Why would he shoot it down right now? He's getting exactly what he wanted. You know what I mean? It's this whole generation or whatever we're living in right now, this time that we're living in right now, it's all about, you know, having something unique, and I'm the only one that can have it. You get what I'm saying? Especially, you know, with these NFT things, whatever that is, you know, going on. Right. You know what I mean? It's so when people do anything and they can slap, you know, because ain't nobody get hurt in the video, right? Nobody got hurt in it.
Cut his head off and buried him, so that means he's dead.
Well, that guy is, that character is, but come on, really?
That's what he said. That's funny. That's exactly what he said. He said that's a character. That wasn't him.
Right.
But he looked and just like.
I mean, what's the difference between that and, like, you know, movies that I can't, you know what? I can watch a music video of that, right? But for me to watch, like, Jason Voorhees movies, I can't watch those, bro.
Right.
That messes with my head. For real.
Oh,
yeah. I can't sleep at night after that.
I don't watch those movies either.
No, but
some people love it.
Yeah, but if I saw a music video, you know what I'm saying, and that was happening, it wouldn't mess with me that bad. I don't know if that sounds morbid or not. But.
So right. And you know what's interesting? You're a Kanye West fan, but let me give you this real shout. Kanye West, when I was doing my movie, and I tell you, I will never not like him. I just think he's sort of crazy. That's my opinion.
Right.
But when I was doing my movie, way back when, I talked to this guy. I think his name was Jenkins. He was a producer. He was real
Rodney
hot,
Jenkins.
like 30 years.
Rodney Jenkins.
That was his name.
I know who you talking
Remember
about.
I told you I couldn't think of it?
I know who you talking about.
Rodney Jenkins.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so someone said, AJ, this dude is one of the hottest producers. See if he'll put some tracks in your movie. So they gave me his number, and I called Rodney Jenkins. And I said, I'm doing a movie. It's going to be a feature film, and I think I can get some names in it. Would you give me a couple tracks? And he was cool about it. He said, I'm actually working on a lot of projects right now, and I wouldn't be able to do that. But he did say, I got this guy out of Chicago named Kanye West. Call him, and maybe he's trying to get his name out there. So I called Kanye. He was one of the nicest dudes, and at the time, no one knew him. So Kanye said, I tell you what, I would like to get my music out there. I'll give you 3 songs.
What?
So he sent me, he sent me 3 songs to put in the music. Man, I was in the backyard in my garage trying to find those 3 songs.
I know, that's right.
I never knew he was gonna blow. Oh man, if I could, and he signed off on those songs to be in the movie. I had to have everybody sign off so I didn't get sued.
Oh,
and when
nice.
I tell you, the fact that Kanye West sent me 3 songs before he became Kanye West, I thought that was, I
got a gold mine right there, right there. Shoot, somebody will pay you a couple of mil per track.
I know, player.
You see what?
And I had 3 songs.
You see what happened with the Wu-Tang album, right? You remember they sold that one album for $1 million or more?
Are you serious?
One album. They made a complete
album. The Wu-Tang sold an album.
So they made an album
for somebody.
They made not just for they made an album and they only released 1 copy. 1 copy.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yep.
I heard something about that. Yep. I heard something about that. And someone bought that 1 copy for $1 million.
Yep.
See, Ransom, that's what we got to do. We got to do something insane so people can say, I heard AJ and Ransom transcend into women. Let's look at their show because they're not women. I knew you were going to do that because I know you don't play that. The way your eyes look, you look at me, we ain't transforming into no women. AJ, we got to do something else.
What do you think?
I knew you were going to do.
This ain't Medea now. Come on.
Oh,
This
that's
hip hop.
hilarious.
This is hip hop.
This ain't Medea.
Hip hop don't transform the women.
He's million.
Huh?
Tyler Perry has so much money.
Trust me.
Money.
Don't get me wrong. Now I would work for him in a minute. I ain't got nothing against him.
Right.
I ain't got nothing against him wearing the dress. I'm just saying, I just don't think it look good on me. You know what I mean?
$1 million will look good on you.
Oh, for sure.
Tyler Perry's a big dude. I appreciate what Tyler done.
Me too.
I know some people.
I admire.
Right.
Trust me. I totally admire. That's why I brung his name. That's why his name came straight to me first, because I admire him. There's a whole lot of people I could have named that wore dresses.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I admire Tyler Perry. I'm telling you, straight up. When I was younger, I had the same idea that he did. But this is just a young kid with the mindset. This will let me on to want to be a filmmaker. You know, Spike Lee movies.
Right. Well, you remember when you called me the first time, like 11 years ago, when that was back when? Remember, I had that idea. I wanted to create a YouTube channel, and I wanted to be urban. And I said, YouTube is going to be so huge one day. And I had someone loan me some money. I still feel bad. If I ever hit a lot or whatever, I'll get that person their money back. But I was starting it with $100,000. And the problem was, I didn't know to start a real YouTube channel like YouTube, you need more than $100,000. So let's say you needed like $300,000.
For what?
So for me to go oh man, YouTube, it's not easy. I mean, they're worth billions now. I mean, look at the platform. It's the platform. So I just, man, don't get me started. So I tried to do that. You were talking and saying, AJ, whatever happened to Swirl TV? That's what it's called, something like that.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? YouTube is going to be huge. And that's where we at right now, social media. And you know, social media has wrecked Hollywood, I think. Because Hollywood will never be the same. Because people don't need agents now. People don't need managers now.
They don't need labels.
People get their money.
They don't need
labels.
They don't
now.
need production. These big Paramounts. And why would I sign to a 3-year? Like back in the day, the whole thing is to get a multi-year contract with one of these big companies, the Universals and stuff. Ain't nobody trying to do that now, unless it's Marvel. Now they gonna go to Marvel and stuff like that. People gonna sign for those now.
But how they gonna get to Marvel? You see what I'm saying? They gotta have an agent. They gotta have a manager. And a lot of people now don't know how to get those channels. But they got 100,000 followers on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, or something like that. You see what I'm saying?
So do that make the people look at them? Them 100,000 brings the attention to them?
Exactly. If you and me go to well, you probably wouldn't because you got some people watching you, but I got like 12 people follow me. If a young person walk into an agent's office now and they want to get signed, you know the first thing an agent will do? They look directly at your social media followers. So if you walk into Hollywood and say, I need an agent, and they look at your social media follower and you got 500 or 200 people following you, we're not interested. So but let's say you got 1.5 million people following.
Oh, that's a lot.
They will sign you. They will sign you that day.
But why would I? If I got 1.5 million followers, why would I go to this agent now?
To get the Marvel.
Oh, that's the only way you can get to Marvel? It's through an agent?
Marvel, because think about it. To Marvel has the writer, the producer, the people who put Marvel together, they're signed with an agent. So the agent that Marvel are signed with an agent. And so that agent can transform their own talent to Marvel. Okay. You know.
Okay.
One of my favorite actors who passed away, and I might say his name wrong, but Chad Bowick or something.
Boseman.
I love that dude.
Chadwick
that
Boseman.
Was a beast of a talent. Chad was his name, right? Chad Bowick, the one
Boseman. Uh-oh, he's messing up.
He had cancer, and he had an agent, and agent knew he was hot, right? So the agent connected with all these movies and all these deals.
Great, he had some great roles, man. Some great biopics.
Exactly. He was a beast.
Yes, sir.
And he passed away so young. And like I said, and he didn't let nobody know. Like I said, he did 4 movies with cancer, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the agent was for. Now, nowadays, and then you're gonna have to tell me this on one. You got to answer this question. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. That's 4 right there.
Right.
Like what do you think about? How do you are you social media person? Because we're gonna have to get social media.
Well, I mean,
what's your favorite one? First of all, what's your favorite?
My go-to definitely is Instagram.
Yeah, your go-to.
I definitely browse more Instagram because I'm always reaching out to the pioneers of hip hop. I'm always reaching out, talking, chatting with them, just seeing what's good, see if I can get a reply. Sometimes I get reply. I was chatting with Biz Markie through DM before he passed on, God rest his soul.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
right.
I'm always up there, just because I have this program this project that I've been working on. That's kind of been my passion for the last 11 years.
Okay.
It like I said, it was something that was inspired by you, by that Swirl World TV. So it started then for me, and it's because I want to. Because of my path, how I have come through life, I want to be able to say, okay, look, this is what I want to do, and show them what I want, instead of having an idea of what I want. So I've been taking the time and putting together different segments and elements and different content. And eventually, it's going to come together. I just haven't. The one part of it is still the tech part is I'm still reaching out to. But other than that, man, I'm moving forward on it.
But you're creating your audience through, and that's what I think we got to create an audience through social media. And that being said, that's why and I told you I was gonna get on you about this.
What?
I see podcasters when they start the podcast, stuff be flying, and then there's a little jingle that comes on, and then there's a little you gotta like and subscribe. You gotta like and subscribe. Oh no, Ransom. Huh? It's been 11 years. You could have created a like and subscribe button in 11 years. You could have made a like and subscribe button. And we just came on. Wait a minute, this is our intro to our show. I think we're live. Are we live?
Are we live?
I think we're live.
Hello?
One more intro. Nightlife.
Let's make it right now.
We're supposed to have
let's do it right now.
Naked girls walking past the screen.
Let's go. Nightlife.
Let's do it right now. Nightlife.
Welcome to the nightlife. What, AJ?
Let's do it now.
Ransom.
Okay, so next week we're gonna have to have some. Each week we gotta step it up a notch.
Oh, definitely.
Right.
So next week we're gonna be back on here already. Up next we're gonna keep it going. Next week we back to it again already.
You got our consistency, man. You're hilarious. Yeah.
I didn't know it was that much work we had to do, man. Good grief. At least we got a little bit more time to plan. Instead of 3 days.
Right.
Because I wasn't expecting.
This is our goal.
I wasn't expecting to.
Our goal is to go from. Wait a minute. Our goal is to go from 2 people to 4 people. You hear that? And then we can say we've doubled.
Let's speak it.
Another thing we got to do, we got to ask. You're supposed to be asking people questions like, chime in on if you think. And I use a good question. What you think you can answer it? Right now, as we talk about social media, do you think it's easier to get into the hip-hop game, the rap game, or the comedy game to become, when you're making an income and you can quit your day job? Is that as a hip-hopper or is that as a comedian? What would you think to tell some young person which road they should go if they had talent in both fields? That's what somebody can type in what they think they would do if they want to get into the game.
That's a good question. That's a great question. Right. That's a great question.
Hip hop or comedy.
But it's all the same though. It's all the same, right?
Well, no. There's a little difference, and this is what I used to tell actors in Hollywood. When I was in Hollywood, I used to tell people, "You're an actor. I think you're a very good actor." But I said, in order for you to get in a movie or to get an agent, My honest opinion is you should do comedy. And they go, well, I'm not funny, but you're an actor. You can act like you're funny. And the way I say that is, by being a comedian, you get to go on stage almost every night. Being an actor, you got to find some place to present your stuff to. But as a comedian, people sit in the crowd. You have a director, you have a producer, you have agents sitting in the crowd, and they go, this guy's not funny, but I want him to be in my next movie. And that's what I would tell people as in the acting game. You got to get on stage. You got to do the comedy first. Now, I think nowadays, if a musical artist has a hot song, and I've seen this happen on Instagram. I didn't give you my opinions on what I like for social media. I've seen it happen on TikTok, where somebody will drop a song that they wrote, and they'll keep hitting it, and they'll keep hitting it, and then all of a sudden the song blows up. Have you ever heard these two knuckleheads? And I appreciate what they did. They called the Island Boy. I'm an Island Boy. You ever heard of them?
Yeah,
Island Boy.
Unfortunately, I have. And I just try to make it. I don't know what it's.
They rich now. I don't know if they rich, but they getting paid now.
Right. They
making social media.
Right. They making appearances. Once you start making appearances, right, you start getting paid, right?
Right.
Well, hopefully,
right.
if you got.
I heard they got booed off stage a month ago. They got booed off stage.
Why would they expect anything less? They see. This is what I'm saying. These are rappers, in my opinion. You get what I'm saying? Not even rappers. Not even that. You know what I mean? Because they don't have even
a gimmick.
That's
They're
it.
A gimmick.
Because they don't even have the respect for, the culture. They definitely don't have no respect for the culture. So I don't have too much to say about them two guys right there.
But I'm just saying, if somebody wants to get into the rap game or the hip hop game, and they got a nice track. Have you ever heard somebody with a nice track and you think, and in your mind you're going, man, that's a big song? Could you give them advice?
I've learned to keep if they ask, I can give advice. You know what I mean?
If they ask.
Because you got to think about it. It's like me. If you sitting up here and you running through jokes, you creating jokes for for your next set, right? And then you ask me about a joke, and I say, man, you should say it like with more of a country drawl.
Right.
It really ain't, because I'm from the South. You know what I mean? Everything is with that drawl. You know what I mean? How's that helping you? How is that helping? How is that helping you build? So I mean, unless they ask, then I get what I could. I remember one time. Right. Am I rambling? You have to let me know.
No, go ahead.
But I remember one time I was with DMC, right? We was finna go out to Roosevelt Island to go hang out with Chuck D, right? He put on the song. Okay. He was like, "Yo, I got this song." Now, mind you, he didn't put the song on yet. He said, "I just did this song with this group. I can't remember specifically what it was, but he told me the title."
Right.
And from the title, I started singing the song exactly how the song was made. And he turned and asked me, "How you know how the song sound?" I said, "It just sounds like that's how it's supposed to be." And then when he played it, it was exactly the same melody, tempo of what I was just from hearing with him just saying what the title was. So
right.
I definitely.
Do you remember the song or no?
No, that was, man, come on.
Because it was a while ago, right?
Yeah, that was like 2009. Yeah, 2009.
Right.
I'm about to be 50, bro. That's almost.
Well, I'm just saying. So right now, can you pick one of your favorite? I don't know. People always ask me that question. So
I was going to say, I want to ask you.
Is that a fact?
I want to ask you.
Okay, ask me.
Who right now? There's a lot. Okay, I got one for you. What did Cat Williams, hot sensational comedian, right? But it seemed like it seemed like that there was some things that was going on in his life that kind of affected his career, right? Because Cat was to me, Cat was on a like one of them moves like Kevin. He was definitely before Kevin, if I'm not mistaken. Was he out there?
He was before Kevin.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
So
he was before Kevin.
so
He was.
do you think that he can recover? Meaning, can he get a role to help him recover? Because you can go out.
Well, see, right now, and I love Cat Williams, and he's pretty brilliant with some of his material. And keeping in mind, I worked with Cat before he was called Cat in the Hat up in the Bay Area, and he was a nice, cool, quiet, cool dude. I mean, he was really. And so what happened was, he moved down to L.A., and then there's a movie he got in where he played a pimp. I'm not sure it was one, may have been one of the Wayne's movie or something.
Nah,
But he played
Friday.
a pimp.
Money Mike.
Money Mike. What was it?
Friday. Was it Friday? Was it Friday after next with Money Mike? The third Friday.
Okay, so he was in Ice Cube's movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And do you know that character, Pimp Down, I remember a little bit the scene. So everybody knew him from that character. And he took on the ambiance of that character as the pimp. That never was his act. So now he became the pimp, and every time somebody steal, he would wear the pimp gear. He got the pimp look. He even started getting women around him. And so now he built his whole, and I thought it was brilliant the way he did it. So now he gets on stage, people know him from Money Mike and as a pimp and he's on stage, but you got to keep in mind, he's a brilliant writer. And he would write, because he, let it be told, I think he had more specials than Kevin, Dave Chappelle. He had more stand-up special, I think, than some of these bigger comedians. And so, once again, he started, I think the game started taking over and the money started taking over where he was at. Because once you get a lot of, I mean, when someone give you $100,000 a night for a show, come on, man. And now you did. I remember when Martin Lawrence did 5 shows in New York. This when he was super hot. He got $100,000 for each night, and then the next night he went to New Jersey and did 6 shows, I think, and he got $100,000 for each night.
Ooh, that's 2 weeks.
I said to myself, this dude, yeah, he done made over 1 million over the weekend. Now, think about that kind of money. You never had that kind of money. I'm trying to think of the name of the comedian. It wasn't Dave Chappelle. It might have been Dave Chappelle. It was, Melvin Chris. I can't think. I don't want to put the wrong name out there. But I called them, and it could have been Mark. I don't know. But I called them because a dude said, aren't you with this particular comedian? I go, yeah. He said, call him. We got $80,000 we'd like to drop on him right now to do one show for $80,000. It could have even been Martin. So I reached out to him and I said, man, there's this promoter who has $80,000 he'll give you to come do a show, 45 minutes. He'll pay you cash, $80,000. And you know what he told me?
No.
He said, man, I can't do that. I can't do it. He said, I can't do that because if people hear word that I took a gig for $80,000 and everybody's giving me $100,000. What's that gonna do?
That's gonna lower his stock. That's gonna lower his stock.
In my mind, I'm thinking, how can you turn down $80,000? And so I had to call the promoter back and said he was saying he can't do it because, he has to stay to the standards. But that kind of money is very interesting. But so that being said, I think Cat in the Hat just even he'll tell you he did some crazy stuff. By the time I got home, I had been arrested 3 times in the same day. He said, how can you get arrested 3 times in the same night? Well, I got arrested 3 times in the same night. That's when he beat somebody up at Walmart. He beat a girl up. I mean, it was crazy, man.
Wow. But I really like that.
You like that?
Yeah, I really like the comedy, his comedy. I don't know him personally. Right. I really like.
How about Kevin Hart?
Oh,
how about Kevin Hart?
That's as my family say, that's my cousin. I got 2 cousins in the industry, LeBron James and Kevin Hart.
Right. LeBron James and Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
That was a good kid too, and I love. You know what I like one about Kevin?
What's that?
He takes care of his people.
Yeah.
To do his shows the way he was doing it. And it's not easy to write a 60-minute show. And write a 60-minute show normally for a comedian would take about 4 years. You hear what I'm saying? 4 years. To nail it, you got to get the segues, the timing, 4 years. But Kevin Hart was putting out shows year after year, but he had writers. He took care of his writers.
Yeah.
And he respected all the people around him, and he took care of his... So, I like Kevin Hart. He's one of my favorites. But you know who I give mad props to, and I love this dude.
Who's that?
And if anybody say, AJ, what's one of your favorite comedians? Sinbad. When I told you, and I just heard when, because I've been trying to track Sinbad down. You know he had a major stroke.
No, I didn't hear that.
Did you know that?
No, sir.
Yeah, that's why you haven't heard from Sinbad. He was down. But the good news is, and I hope it's good news, I heard, and I was trying to reach out, because we were in the same camp. His brother Mark managed me, him, and his whole family was beautiful. And so, if you meet Sinbad, you would never know Sinbad was famous. You would never know he did you know he would be a comedian.
Right.
But because he talked to you like a real person. He was in Cleveland one night. I was working at the Improv, and he was working at, I forgot the name, not the comedy, I forget the name of it. So he saw me walking down the street, and he yells at me, AJ, what you doing in Cleveland? I heard you at the Improv. And so he came over, and we just started talking. But the fact that I heard he's about to get back on the road, and I heard he's about to do his stand-up. I think it's going to be this year.
I'm glad. I enjoy Sinbad. I think I done seen almost every one of his movies.
Right. And the thing is, I thought, because I called his brother, and I said, I need to get an update on how bad it's doing. And I called his sister was like his assistant. And I called her, I said, I just want to get an update on how bad it's doing. All I want, because if I don't see Bad doing something, like on the social media or something like that, and he likes to just be with the people. And I said, if he's not doing that, maybe it was more serious than I thought. But the fact I finally saw some, and it came from him, like he would say. And it was him saying he's going to be back out on stage. And I thought that was really great. So Sinbad is one of my favorite. And a lot of my, well, he's my friend, and he's one of my favorite. And we talk all the time. George Wallace is one of my favorite.
Well, George Wallace reminds me of my uncle. Every time he looks just like my uncle. Like, I mean, they could be brothers. Right.
And he'll call you too. He'll call you. So that being said, those are my favorite. Dave Chappelle, and there's a white comedian. Because have you ever heard a comedian named Bill Barr?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Okay.
I
got a little bit of history. Let me tell you some of the comedians that I work with closely.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you know him, but Mike Yard. You ever heard of Mike Yard?
Yeah. Brilliant comedian. Really.
I work with him.
The way his delivery is.
Right, especially when he turns to Rasta.
I like Mike Yard.
I love it when he did the Rasta.
Right. Right.
Torre.
I think his family, is he from the West Indies? He's from the West Indies? Something like that.
He is. He does have
He's got...
Yep, a heritage.
He's brilliant. I love it.
I work with Torre.
And who else?
You ever heard of Torre?
Torre?
Tall, slim,
No.
Tall. He from Philly. And then Italian guy named Sal Froyo.
No, I never heard of him. Sal.
Yeah.
Are these younger?
No, they not younger. They up in between me and your age, man. This was
okay.
I used to work at this internet company called ComedyNet, and they used to come here all the time, and we traveled a couple of times down to Maryland, stuff like that together.
Right.
Actually,
Would you like Chappelle?
Oh man, yes. You got to understand. The greats I love. I love the work that you do. Honestly, that's why I'm here sitting at in adoration. Man. This is a guy. People know that. People know you a legend, and they like, okay. Man. The people that know me are like, okay, he doing it again. That's what they saying. He at it again. Cause here it is, I am another person, another little country boy. I'm from the country, working with a legend, sitting here with a legend out in the world. You know what I mean? People know you.
That got 12 followers.
It does. See, it's like I said to you before, but it doesn't relate. It doesn't.
I thank you very much, and I've had that word thrown at me before. I mean, and I appreciate it. and it makes me think sometimes, because if to know me, you know, I'm like your uncle or the guy next door. But you could come next to me and you go, oh man, I can't find my hammer. Go ask AJ for a hammer. And then they knock on the door. My uncle want a hammer. I go, okay, wait a moment, let me go find my hammer. I would not say, do you know who I am? Why would you be asking me for a hammer? I'll be sitting there going, you know,
hey Patricia, you got somebody?
Got no hammer. Let me get it. Right.
My bad.
Oh, it's PV. See, PV, that's my sister.
That is?
PV's my sister. And she's on.
Yeah, she's on the.
Patricia Vanna?
Yeah.
Now, Patricia, I told Patricia before this started, I said, we don't know what we're doing. And she know how bad I am at social media. Patricia will call me and go, AJ, you posted something. I did. I thought I only posted one. So she books me. She'll book me, but she's more of an assistant. But if it came up to her and somebody said there's some money on the table, Trish ain't gonna let that money go.
Nice. You need people like that.
Oh, she will sweep that money off the table like she had a crap game. She told me she didn't move to South Carolina, and now she all boozy.
Oh, she from South Carolina. That's my home now. You can't talk about them Carolina women now. They treat you well now. The Carolina women treat you well now. And the Carolina men.
Don't get it twisted. Wait a minute. Don't get it twisted. She got Oakland in her, and she got Chi-Town in her.
Oh!
So she got
okay.
She got thug life through her.
Yeah, don't mess with her.
She brought thug life to the church. Right, she brought thug life to church.
Hey, Patricia, I'm your friend.
That being said, she said she'll support us, and she's gonna help us get this thing growing. But she's the person to know. She's a good girl. And I heard you might be single, Ransom. If you see Patricia, she's a hot little something.
Well, she's
single, and she works with Southwest. That means you can fly around the world for free.
Around the world. Okay. Right now, the pandemic, I'm kind of scary.
Right. Right. So, Patricia, I can't see because your boy Ransom, he didn't even fix it so I can look at the YouTube people who talk. But we'll get that next week. So, send him some of your sexy pictures and give him some of your... Well, we'll talk about that later.
Patricia, don't pay him no mind. Don't pay him no mind. Please don't pay him no mind.
We're going to have a segment where we're doing a dating app. a dating.com.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, you don't know what you're getting in store. You don't know what you're doing to these women. I'm different. I'm a problem. This is my favorite. This is my favorite thing. I do not sugarcoat shit and say it's an M&M. I'm straightforward.
Oh. Okay. All right. Okay, Trish. Back up on that. Moonwalk out of that. And let me get some more lowdown on Rassicot. I do not want you calling me crying from the side of the highway, but he'll push you out the car.
Oh, I ain't that. No, man. I was raised by women. I ain't that bad now. No. I'm a perfect gentleman. I'm a Carolina man. I'm a Carolina man. I'm a perfect gentleman.
Okay, you're a gentleman,
But I'm straightforward with it.
But that being said, but she's a good girl, and I'm glad somebody's, But this is cool, man, because it's helping us get to where we want to go to. So, like I said, and I did say next week, we got to do this next week. We're gonna have some bells and whistles.
We got to add a little bit more to it. That's the key.
Right.
Because
we're gonna have some videos popping up. Ransom, we gotta have videos popping up.
Well, we got a little bit more time to prep with the 3 days. We had 3 day notice, and I think, look at it. It looks pretty good. What you think, Patricia? How does the scene look? What can we improve on there? Right. Does it look good for 3 days?
Exactly. That's what. What?
3 days of work.
That's funny. One of us gonna learn. Oh yeah, and so we'll have some. Oh, you supposed to tell people to like and subscribe. Make sure they join the channel. That's what everybody say on YouTube.
I'm gonna have
like,
comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe.
Right, and comment. Right, I got all of those buttons. I just don't know how to use them.
It's crazy, isn't it? Because if you notice, like even in my videos, I don't do that much. I don't ask people to do that.
I know what you're saying.
I mean, not for a purpose. Right. It's not on purpose. No, it's not on purpose.
Oh,
I just be
okay.
forgetting.
Okay.
And so I just had the little,
Well, that's
I had the
key.
little thing going up. I have, if you notice, I have the little video come up and say subscribe, subscribe, like every minute.
Oh, you have that?
Yeah, I don't say it, but it'll come
Oh,
up.
has it?
Not here,
That,
not here.
right.
I
Oh,
can get
shoot.
it.
Oh,
I can
ain't
get
that
it.
something? AJ,
Next
AJ
show.
don't get that, but
Next
you.
show. Next show.
All right.
Next show. We gotta have. See, just 3 days
So,
planning. 3 days planning. Next show.
right. So next show we're gonna have some videos, and we got to get some.
I like to
We
have
got to
some
get a couple
guests.
special guests.
Yeah, it'd be nice to
Yeah,
get
we got to get a
somebody.
couple special guests.
Even if it's some, just some friends, and have them have somebody have them
Right.
have one of your close friends tell us something about you that you really don't want to tell us. Something
Right.
very
You
embarrassing.
know who we can have next week? We can have Denzel Washington.
Oh snap! Who? Godfrey?
No, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Denzel from Washington. You really thought Denzel was gonna come?
You're right.
You really thought Denzel was gonna come on and watch poor people?
Right, hey, they say it takes at least one. At least one. You know what I mean? He might, you never know.
Right.
Nah, I'm not. Nah, he ain't. We too small.
You know who I saw on TikTok? Oh, let me tell you, TikTok is one of my favorites, and I don't know why.
I like TikTok.
And they say you shouldn't be older.
Because it's so quick.
Yeah, TikTok is cool. Because it's maybe that's what it is. Not only is it quick, but there are people who are very creative on TikTok, and I like to watch creative content. And, a lot of times I'll be on these ships, and I don't like to watch the TV, so I'll go through TikTok. And my problem is, Ransom, I like everybody, so I'm like a stalker. I got about 10,000 people I'm following, and I got about 8 people following me, because I just be liking you. I like you. But, you know who I saw last night on TikTok? Stevie Wonder was on TikTok talking about Russia, and when I tell you he dropped some knowledge on people, man, and I said, wow. And every time I see somebody like that, I go, the GOAT. I call him the GOAT. Greatest of all time is on TikTok dropping some knowledge about Russia. And when I tell you it was some heavyweight knowledge, and I said, it's beautiful, and I ain't going to even make that joke. But he did look right into the camera, and he was telling them this information. Yeah.
He made eye contact.
Yeah. I'm not lying. Y'all go see Stevie Wonder on TikTok. Stevie Wonder look right, and I love, and Stevie Wonder with
I'm sorry.
he jokes like that too. I've worked for Stevie Wonder 2 or 3, 4 times. He does a Toys for Tot where he give away toys in Westwood every Christmas, before Christmas. And he have entertainers come work for free. And we do that for Stevie.
What do you mean Westwood? Ain't that
everybody got mad love for Stevie.
What's Westwood is a TV show.
Westwood in Los Angeles.
Oh.
No, Westwood in Los Angeles is where UCLA is at. And that's we do it on the campus of UCLA. I haven't done it in a while, but Stevie Wonder does that. And he gives toys for tots for kids and everything. He's one of the most amazing person you'll ever meet, man. And he's one of the most talented persons. So, that being said, I do the TikTok, so we can take clips from this and just, maybe put it on some of the social media.
Definitely.
And market it.
Definitely.
And then we can ask for help. Because some people, they'll sit there and watch you an hour, but I guess they have to be engaged. And that's, once we learn what people like to be engaged. Because I know on TikTok and everything, the majority of people got a bunch of followers. They be showing their behind, they be showing their breast, and me and you can't do that because you said already you ain't gonna transcend.
No.
Is that what they call transcend?
Something. I'm not trying nothing.
Oh.
I ain't trying
A Trans Am. So
that's the closest you gonna get to me. Yeah, I'm gonna get.
Is a Trans Am.
Ow!
But this when I tell you this beautiful, when I tell you beautiful dude on TikTok, he goes, I always tell people on my first date that I transform or transcend, or I don't know what they call it. I thought transcend was when you die. Transition, that's what it's called.
That's what
and I don't want to disrespect the community. He said, I tell him I transition and I used to be a boy. And that, so I let him know. And he on the first date. And so he asked, if you see this, and he like that. And I tell you, the dude, the transformer, was a beautiful dude, beautiful woman. I apologize, a beautiful woman. But he said, "Would you still date me after I told you?" And I was thinking, I do comments. I said, number one, you better not tell me at our date. You better tell me before we go on a date that you a dude. You was a dude. Cause I'm not gonna be dropping $50 and all of a sudden we both got the same plumbing. Number two, I said we will still be best friends. But I don't think I could,
Yeah.
I don't think
I can be cool with you. I can be cool with you. No relationship.
could be a woman as beautiful as you are. But that being said, I'm old school.
I've had associates or friends, acquaintances
Right,
that not even friends. I wouldn't say friends, but acquaintances, like through work or something like that.
right,
That
right.
were I don't know what you refer to it, but male, but lived as a woman, and
And now
I
they're a woman, right,
right. But I in my attempts, my every attempt, I was really trying to respect her as a
right.
woman, but it would be sometimes with like
Exactly.
it would be sometimes when he would say some things and it'd be like
She.
she would say some things but I'd be right in her face saying like, dude, you crazy. I'd be like, oops, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? And she'd be like, it's
Dude, you
okay.
crazy.
It's okay. You know what I mean? But
All they want you to do is respect them. They want you to
yeah,
respect
I
them.
mean that's what we all want, right? That's all we asking for. Even
Exactly.
every situation that you
Exactly.
see on video, it's both sides are asking for the same
Right.
thing, right? And the problem is, you know what the problem
Right.
is, AJ, and I think I just seen it right now talking to you. The problem is neither one of them know what respect look like, so they keep fighting for something,
Right.
and it's right there in their face, but we keep fighting for, but you don't know
Right.
what it look like.
Right.
So when it's
But
there,
this is what gets me, and I guess because I'm a performer. People on TikTok, they'll make a post and they'll show you however they can do it. Some comment that somebody said that hurt them, and they'll post stuff and say, "This is mean," or "You're evil," and "Why would you post this? Why would you say my forehead is too big?" But my thing is, if
are you
you're on
still here,
there and you're
AJ?
giving out your feelings and your social and you're giving what you think about life, there are going to be people that just wants to be mean.
Yeah.
And I don't think if anybody said anything about me, it wouldn't bother me. It would not bother me because if you took the time to write a negative, nasty remark, you one of my fans. That's like 5 people I got.
For sure.
I got 3 that don't like that, y'all.
I mean, if it's like a
Yeah,
if it's in depth like this sucks, then yeah, I ain't worried about it. But if you got a little
no,
in
man,
depth, you went and saw it. If it's in depth, you went and watched it or read it or whatever it was. So I appreciate it. For sure, you. Uh-oh, it's messing up.
messages. What? Did you have an $8 package? Oh, there you go.
Oh, that yeah,
Are you there?
yeah. I'm here. It just went out real.
Oh, what you got? The $12 package?
I got that
Hey, what I was
FiOS.
going you got what?
FiOS. That's what they say. It's supposed to be fast, super fast. Starting on light. FiOS.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, bad joke.
Well, what I was saying when we froze up, if I had, this is where I would look at it. If I had 1,000,000 people who didn't like me and they were following me, guess what I got? I got 1,000,000 people.
I got 1,000,000.
So no matter if they saying something negative, if they're saying something whatever, I would not post something because number one, nothing can take my happiness. No matter what you say, I would think it's either a joke, because the reason I would think it's a joke because you don't even know me to say that.
Exactly.
So if someone says you something like that, they don't know you enough to say those words.
Mm.
So don't think they're saying it at you. They're saying it at somebody that they couldn't say it to.
Yeah.
Like their wife or their husband
Or they boss.
or whatever. They couldn't say or their boss. So what you're doing now, you're being the cushion and you're helping them heal their the disturbance in their head. If somebody says something crazy to me, I don't act crazy back. I go, they looking for some trouble, and I'm gonna stay out of this. And I'll go, thank you very much. You have an amazing day, and I keep walking.
Yeah.
So that being said,
That's definitely how I had it, because a lot of my friends ask me. Well, at least I know my mother. Because she always said, I just admire the way that you handle, stuff like that. I just don't.
right,
I don't let my joy. I remember going to class one day. I went to Buffalo State, Buffalo State College, and one of the
okay,
professors, philosophy class I was taking, and the professor went around class and asked
right,
everybody, "What is the source of your joy?" And everybody names,
oh,
and everybody names something, or someone, or some
right,
place.
right,
And when he got to me, I just said, "Well, my source of my joy is inside." So, and he asked me why I said that, because I said, well, everybody else was saying something, it was extrinsic. So if that's gone, does that mean that they joy is gone? I'd rather have joy in here, use something inside me
right,
to have my source, so it won't leave until I'm gone. I don't want somebody to be able to take that
right.
away from me.
So that's the way you roll with it.
Yeah, that's
You
exactly
know,
it.
real quick, and I had to think about this. I was up in Detroit performing a couple months ago, so I called one of my friends. And I was like, how you been and what you been up to? So he said, AJ, I'm still working for that guy who had all that money. And I said, did he pass away? She's going, yeah, he passed away 3 years ago, but I still have to handle his account. And I go, how much money did he actually have? And you know what she said? He had $130 million. And I said, wow. And I knew he was stocked with money. And then I asked this question, which was deep. I said, be honest. Was he happy? He had 130 million. Was he happy? And you know what she said? She replied by saying, AJ, he was one of the most miserable person that I ever met. And when he died, he was so sad and miserable. And I
Uh,
said, how can someone with $130 million be sad and miserable? And you know what the answer was? Because it wasn't enough for him. He didn't have enough, and he always wanted more. And I
what?
walked away with that thinking, that's exactly what I said. How can someone be miserable, sad, because they didn't have enough, and he had 130 million?
And you up
And I thought about that.
130 million. That's misery.
Right.
That is total misery.
And he he died sad and miserable and left 130 million on the table. He couldn't take with him.
That's crazy.
So wow. So we reached, are we at our hour mark? Cause
I don't
I
know.
think we did pretty good for not having no guests.
Yeah, well, we long-winded.
And we had Patricia hanging in there with us. I bless her heart.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. She's still in there with us. I don't know how long.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's still in here. She's still in here.
She's a
Hey,
beautiful girl too.
You
I'm
should
telling
follow
you,
this
and
chick.
she's single.
Is she?
Hey, Ransom.
She got
I'm
kids?
gonna send you some of her pictures, and they respectful pictures. But
Nice.
yeah,
That's all I like. I like a respectful woman. Cause I'm not looking for nothing.
Right.
I'm not.
Right.
I'm not looking for nothing but good conversation, and that's it. Nothing.
right. Can you afford to take her somewhere with the gas price $8 a gallon? Can you take her down the street?
We can walk. Remember that movie with Dave Chappelle? Remember how Dave Chappelle had that money and had to make it? What was that movie? Was it? Oh, Mr. Happy Man or Happy Guy? Remember what the movie? How High? Wasn't that High? Half Baked. And he walked around.
Oh, half baked.
He took the girl on the date
That is so funny.
with $1 or something.
Well,
Yeah, I got that.
well, hey man, we're gonna wrap this up, because you don't have no fancy graphics that go. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe. We just gonna have to leave.
How about this?
Like we were robbing a bank.
Listen,
So-
we appreciate y'all. So how we gonna?
You take us out. You take us out, man. I've been
Well-
talking too much. You take us out.
I want to say thank you to Mr. AJ Jamal, who's out on the boat, for joining with us tonight.
Hey,
No,
Don't call my ship a boat. All right? Don't call my ship a boat. Don't call my yacht a boat. A boat is something y'all do in the country.
I think
in the country,
that's
y'all
how
do
it
a boat.
is. Everything is a boat. Everything a boat. That's it. I don't care what it
All
is.
right, okay, go
The
ahead.
Titanic
Who's
was
out
a
on the
boat.
boat? Go ahead. I'll take it.
For joining us, I know I enjoyed myself. Had some fun, some tears. I don't know. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. Tune in next week. We're gonna have a little bit
Right.
more bells and whistles. Maybe like he said, maybe we'll have some guest appearances, some friends and family dropping by just to say something. Maybe so we got to add more things. So until next week, I like to say the best way to get a blessing is to be a blessing. So
Oh, bam. That's it. I love it. The best way to get a blessing
is
is to be a blessing.
So go out and be a blessing to
Okay,
someone.
I'm remembering. So let's take that with us. Thank you very much for joining us.
And let me end it right there. I don't know how long. Let's see.
Oh, did you end it?